Hello and welcome. Today, we're jumping right into a brand new explainer and we are zeroing in on one highly specific, absolutely crucial metric. We're talking about attrition by generational category. Seriously, if you want to unlock those hidden workforce dynamics and truly understand your organization's health, you can't just look at how many people are leaving. You've got to look really closely at exactly who is leaving. Okay, let's dive into this. The source material poses a fundamental question right off the bat, and it's the exact investigative arc we're going to follow today. It asks, what is the difference in attrition rate with employees of different generational categories? That's the real puzzle here, right? We want to spot those underlying structural differences across our demographics. Section 1, defining generational attrition. Because, to answer our core question, we really need to nail down exactly what we're looking at first. So the source gives us a very precise definition. It defines attrition by generational category as the total attrition in the organization categorized by generational category. It sounds simple, right? But the power here is massive. Instead of treating your entire workforce like this one giant solid monolith where people just sort of come and go, you're actively categorizing the data to see the distinct moving parts of the whole. And this brilliantly illustrates that shift in perspective. On one side, you have total attrition. That's just a flat, singular number. It's everyone who left grouped into one bucket. But on the other side, when it's categorized by generational category, well, that's when we stop guessing. That is when we actually start seeing the true structure of the turnover. Honestly, this is where the real insight lives. The source also explicitly spells out the purpose here. It is to calculate employee attrition in various generational categories. So the goal isn't just passive observation. We're actively calculating these variations to uncover those hidden organizational dynamics. Think about it. A single overall attrition rate completely masks what's really happening. You could literally be bleeding your young, fresh talent while retaining all your older staff, and a flat number would never tell you that. Section 2, calculating the differences. Now we're shifting from the what and the why directly into the how, by looking at the mathematical output. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the required output. It isn't a broad percentage. And actually, scratch that, it's not a raw head count either. The source specifically demands a ratio, and that is a super deliberate choice for understanding this data. Just think about how a ratio perfectly frames a relationship. We aren't looking at isolated, floating data points. We are directly comparing the relative weight of attrition in one specific demographic right against another, like, say, millennials to Gen Z. It gives you this clear, side-by-side snapshot of exactly how your workforce dynamics are shifting. It's pretty brilliant. Section 3, tracking over time. So the crucial point is that a ratio on its own is really just a freeze frame. To make it useful, it has to be tracked consistently over time. To make this actionable, the source lays out a very specific timeline for this consistent tracking. You need to look at the ratio monthly, quarterly, and yearly. Taking the time to look at those expanding intervals allows you to capture both the immediate reactions and the long-term generational shifts happening within your organization. Let's move to and see how this builds across these intervals. We start at step 1 with a monthly snapshot. That shows us our immediate short-term turnover. That feeds right into step 2, the quarter, which kind of smooths out all that monthly noise to reveal larger seasonal trends. And finally, step 3, the yearly view. That gives us the comprehensive long-term overview of generational shifts. It's this escalating scale that builds a completely dimensional picture of retention. Which brings us to our final provocative thought. Based on this whole framework, I want to turn the source material's core question directly back onto you. Do you know the difference in attrition rates across your generational categories, monthly, quarterly, and yearly? Applying this exact ratio-based framework to your own data might just uncover the exact insights you've been looking for. Well, that's a wrap on today's explainer. Thank you so much for joining me, and as always, keep questioning the data.